What's up YouTube? My name is Amos Bro. For this video we are going to be talking about something that I actually wanted to talk about yesterday, but I actually fell asleep. So I didn't get to make the video. We're going to be talking about a very important anniversary in gaming that a lot of people are unaware of. You see, yesterday was May 27th, and it was my birthday. However, May 27th is also, or was also, the 30-year anniversary of one of the most beloved Japanese RPGs in a long, long time. Not necessarily Dragon Quest Builder, but Dragon Quest as a whole. And the game came out here around 1990, the first one did. And actually the first 4 came out here. I remember watching my father play the first 2, especially the first one. It was through watching him that I got interested in a Japanese RPG, and I really took a liking to them. I liked the characters, I liked the different stories they told, and I liked how they managed to play things out. Now, granted, when I was a kid, and I was like, I think 9 at the time when the game came out over here, I didn't have the patience for it, unfortunately. That's just the way it is when you're a kid. When you're an adult, you tend to have more patience, even though technically you have less time. Go figure. But I thoroughly enjoyed watching him play the games, and then over the years, as I started to get into the JRPGs, like Chrono Trigger and your Chrono Triggers, your Breath of Fires, your Final Fantasies, I started to really get invested in the fantasy worlds. But not the Western. What was weird was I would play RPGs, but I would never play the Western ones. I always played the JRPGs. It's why, and sorry if this sounds like me being a hipster, but it's why I can't play Westernized RPGs. I don't have the patience for them, but I have more of a patience for the way Japanese RPGs are done. It's always been a preference of mine. My irritation with the JRPG as of late, however, has been, I think they are trying to go too much in the visual novel realm. Okay? That's just the way I feel. I think they want to make you feel like you're playing dating simulations. Just give me the game to play. You know, one series that has done very well for itself apparently, and melding the dating simulation idea and the role-playing aspect, of course, is Fire Emblem, which, for those who don't know, I actually finally own a copy of a Fire Emblem game. One second. I don't know if I ever showed you this, but I splurged and I got 2DS and I got Fire Emblem Awakening. So I actually have to get back to working on it because I'm on chapter 3 as it stands. Anyway. But it was Dragon's 4 that that started for me, and my father's influence started me into the JRPG, and I have of course evolved to eventually Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, goddamn. I own Secret of Mana. I haven't actually played it yet. But all the Robotrek, Actors, if you want to consider that one, the Sailor Moon RPG, Another Story, all these different RPGs were because of one game's influence and my father. Now, why am I talking about Dragon's Quest? Well, this game, Dragon Quest Builder, came out on January 28th, 2016. Came out the same day as Utano Prince-sama Music Volume 3. Well, on my birthday, literally on my birthday, it was announced that this game is getting a Western release. It is coming out on the PlayStation Vita in digital form, and it is coming out on the PlayStation 4 in a digital and a physical form in North America and Europe. So, if you want to partake in a Dragon Quest take on Minecraft, by all means. I'm actually going to pick up a copy of the game when it comes out digitally on the PS Vita, so you know I can A, say I have it, and B, when the strategy guide comes out, hey, maybe I can actually use it to play this one too. But anyway, I'm actually looking forward to that, because like I said, Dragon Quest for me probably had one of the biggest impacts on my life as a gamer, because everybody played the Mario, they played your Zelda, they played your Metroid, they played all your big AAA first party Nintendo games. I was the kid who he would go down to the rental store and he'd play games like Totally Rad, or if we have to go there, hold on. Or games like Square-Enix and Fazandu. Well, when you look at like the JRPG, even as long-standing as it's been here in the West, hasn't really been able to gain the popularity that it should have. Think about it. A lot of the JRPGs that come out over here, some of them come out in a very limited run, and some then go up in extreme prices. Why? Unfortunately, supply and demand problem. But that's a whole other issue with the gaming community that we need to have we've had the discussion on time and time again. But Dragon's Quest will always be, for me, a very important game. And if you're wondering, for those of you who are interested, the first 4 are on the Nintendo system, Nintendo Entertainment System. However, the 4th, 5th, and 6th games were released on the Nintendo DS. And 5 and 6 were released on the DS here. Which means it was the first time ever that they got to be released, because, fun fact, 5 never made it here. Neither did 6. Hand of Heavenly Bride and Realm of Reverie. The next Dragon Quest game we would get after 4, before the DS releases, would be Dragon Quest 7. A game which I have not played, sadly, but one of the better, or one of the best iterations of the franchise, and arguably the best PS2 RPG outside of maybe Persona 4 Golden, Dragon Quest 8, Journey of the Cursed King. We are looking at a franchise that has had so many main games, so many side games like the Dragon Quest Joker, Monster Joker games, the Fortune Street games, which they're featured in, Tornico, aka Taloon, has his own game. You know, one of there's actually a Dragon Quest Monsters Rocket Slime game. If you've ever played that, that's actually a fun game, by the way. Highly recommend it for anybody who hasn't played it. And if you haven't, then well. But it's such a great franchise. And it's unfortunately, I think, it lives in the shadow of Final Fantasy a little bit. Because, you know what's weird? I've always felt that, even though it is a Japanese RPG, I've always felt that the reason Final Fantasy did as well here as it ever did, it was more appealing in some cases to a Western audience. Okay? It was still a Japanese RPG, but it felt like there was a westernized feel to it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because sometimes I don't know if I even know what I'm saying. But Dragon's Quest for me, if you say Dragon Quest versus Final Fantasy, all day, every day. Because let me explain something. Beating Dragon Quest 1 and Dragon Quest 4, the same two games that my father's beaten, is still one of the most monumental achievements I've ever had the pleasure of going through. And, no joke, the amount of emotions that I went through tonight when I finally beat Dragon Quest 4 on my DS. I was literally sitting on the floor with my head down like, my god, I finally beat this damn thing. I could never beat the bonus chapter though. I could never beat the bonus dungeon. Because, spoiler for anybody who's never played the DS version, there's a bonus chapter in the DS game, and you get to face 2 extra bosses. Well, I've never beaten them. So, maybe one of these days I'll actually go back and get the DS version and play through all 5 chapters, get the 6th chapter open, and then put the beat down on the motherfuckers. Because that's the one thing I regret. That I've never ever beaten the extra chapter. Hell, I was just happy I could beat the first 5 for fuck's sakes. But anywho, you all have a great one, and I actually might have another video coming up for you. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.